for my future baby mama. Hope your skin is black as midnight. I'll take you at that Honda. I can put you in the bins. I can balance out your chakras for the.
How's it going? I'm Ian from 33rd RPM Reviews, and today we're going to be talking about Vince Staples' sophomore effort, Big Fish Theory. Now, a couple purposes to get out of the way before I start talking about this album. If you hear some noise outside like trucks, that's beyond my control. We're in Philly right now in this city, so a lot of stuff's going around. And if you see me looking at my phone, it's because I don't have the vinyl yet or anything. I'm just going through the track list. All right, so let's talk about this. Vince Staples is a polarizing figure. He comes from Long Beach, California. He frequently says he's heavily influenced by Snoop Dogg, but his music is the complete opposite. Especially in this album, Vince takes to characterize his music with futuristic and hard-hitting beats that define this album and make it stand out from this, normal crowd of mumble rap and trap stuff that's going on today. Don't get me wrong, there are definitely trap beats on here, but the way Vince utilizes them and flows over them makes it a completely different beast and exciting and different listen every time I go through it. Like seriously, I find different stuff every time on here. An interesting thing that Vince pulled is that he didn't list any of his collaborators on here. So when you go through, you'll be surprised to know that names like Justin Vernon of Bon Iver, Juicy J, Kendrick Lamar, Flume, and Ty Dolla $ign are all listed on here, which are some pretty impressive features and all do their job heavily and very well to contribute and put their own distinctive style on Vince's music while not too heavily over influencing it. Take, for example, the opening, Crabs in a Bucket. It opens up with these very washed out, dry, but at the same time, monotone synths that just kind of blare at you until Vince comes in over a very minimalistic beat that easily harkens back to Justin Vernon's 33 God on Bon Iver, where it was these light synth tones in the background pushing through the melody. Or maybe you jump down to the song Yeah Right featuring Kendrick Lamar and, I'm going to say this wrong, Kuka, C-U-C-K, sorry about the pronunciation, but the beat there is so jittery and banging, it's just a Flume style. That's what he did on his album on, say, Helix or Smoke and Retribution, which consequently featured Vince Staples, and Vince is a master at flowing over these type of beats, and of course, it's King Kendrick, he does his thing. Talk about Rain Come Down, the last song on here, which has Ty Dolla $ign doing the hook with his very deep baritone voice that contributes to it, and Vince repeating his verse twice in a row. It's just unique, and like I said before, all the artists leave their mark, but don't, cover over Vince's unique style, which in this album is futuristic. From the blips on songs like Yeah Right, Homage, BagBak even has this really, kind of like festival party pumping thing, the solid 808 kick hit. Like I said before, Crabs in a Bucket has these very washed out synth hits, and of course the single Big Fish, which features Juicy J doing the hook, has this awesome, almost kind of like funky groove that goes through the entire thing on the bass line, which Vince rides over. And in the music video, you see he's singing down into a ship as the shark swims around, which is kind of cool. What I love about this album is how Vince manages to write his rhymes and utilize them in unique ways that other people don't do. It's like a genre fusion. Like on Kendrick Lamar's Pimp Butterfly, Vince manages to take elements from things like house and a little bit of, honestly, dubstep on a couple of here and turn them into these, these rap and trap bangers. None of this is more apparent than on the song Samo featuring A$AP Rocky. Here it's this very trap beat with a very electronic melody backing it, but he rides it like, some car that you're just cruising down the street in. It's just slow flow, such a slow beat as Vince just raps in this kind of slow monotone voice. Watch me do the same old thing, talking about how people will buy his music, whatever he does, because he's this figure, he's this name brand, and people will buy the music, whatever. But the way that he just, it could have been a normal song. It could have been just him, maybe with a faster flow, saying the same stuff, but the way he utilizes it and really shifts the melody to fit what he's talking about, how it's kind of this laid-back haze in the music industry now, makes the song really stand out. Another example of that is the Alyssa interlude, which at first I was not really too keen on. It's just a bunch of clapping and a snippet of a girl talking, and then Vince comes in with these washed out synths, and he sounds like he's on LSD or something. It's very spacey, it's very distant, and he kind of just shifts his voice and pitch as he goes through the entire, the rest of the song, just 2 minutes of him kind of slowly singing, which is a complete, shift on this album. Other songs in here that really stand out for me, besides Yeah Right and Big Fish and Rain Come Down and Samo, 745. 745 opens up with 3 simple synth hits that make you think it's gonna be something like out of Daft Punk's Discovery, which like these quick little blips that made me honestly think of the intro to like Digital Love or Aerodynamic or something. And then the drum comes in. Vince has, once again, this just slow flow that feels like molasses as he raps about coming to pick up a girl at 7:45 from her house. And once again, Schoolboy Q put it the best way here. This music sounds like it's from the future. The way that he utilizes these electronic overtones and makes it a cohesive theme for this entire album is kind of unparalleled in modern music today. We don't get a lot of overarching themes or concept albums anymore, and while this is no means a concept album, it definitely has a unique theme that ties the entire thing together. And so for that reason, I gotta give Vince Staples' Big Fish Theory an 8 out of 10. If you guys like what I'm doing, if you like Vince Staples, drop a comment. Let's totally talk about this. What are your favorite songs? What are your least favorite songs? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Subscribe. Drop me a comment if you want to see an album that I'm going to talk about. You want me to review it. I already saw all your comments that you posted, and I promise I'm definitely going to get to a couple of those before this 3-week thing is up. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep on spinning.
Good.